1964 here. I'm doing this bizarrely in Newcastle despite I'm actually going to York Racecourse. That's tomorrow morning. I've got a bit of spare time, but I can't bother to do this maybe tomorrow morning. I might record something then as well. But I'm here at the castle. If I could, it's a black gate behind me. The keeps back this way. The railway station line to Scotland between the two. It was that sort of cut the castle basically in two, and then the castle was nearly knocked down because of it, although it's gone in quite bad repair. In fact, the odd thing about Newcastle Castle is the area is actually always part of the Northumberland, this area, this specific part of Newcastle, despite it actually, even when Newcastle became a city back in the latest 19th century. And in fact, the Northumberland County Council had its headquarters, it's just behind me over down in the Moot Hall for a long time, until the local government organisation in 74, despite none of Northumberland being that near here. So York Racecourse is about the 24th time since 2015 I've been there. Trying to work this out, it's a couple, I think now, like I say, a couple of Ascot is the third highest I've been to in that period. Newcastle and circa 56 to the highest. Now I come back with it. Gantry Stakes. You know what? I have no idea anymore where I'm going to. Because it's quite cheap to York. Another rule I have, unless there's another reason when considering racecourse, is that I want to race with at least £10,000 to win in prize money or above, and then it depends on cost. I mean, obviously not been racecourse. I've been to once Newton Abbot, very few I've been to once. The problem is that there's what a few races worth £12.5 to win, but the cost of train cost, especially now, is so ridiculous, and I really am. Almost think I'd just go Newton Abbot to go to Newton Abbot as much as to any decent race meeting there, but current costs are absolutely ludicrous. Even look at a plane, in my very metal doubts about planes, it's so expensive. I looked at that, and there's nothing practical really way of doing that. But it's a new race course. Sometimes York, we're more minor races. Bring some in, I'd say 10 ones plus winner, and tell you what they are. So say it might have been 1 to 6 furlong. I'm sure many races could do this. One day of 6 furlong fillies maiden. Next year it might be a mile fillies nursery, for example. So there's a few races I've not been to before. The listed race on here, that's the main race on the card. I know I can't put it up here because I can't remember exactly what it is. But that's a Gantry, Galloway, I know. Ganton, Galloway, Galloway or Ganton might be one of those two. I can't remember which. Right? Yeah, anyway, that's that. So we got Catterick next weekend, the 19th. I think I'm a bit sceptical of memorisation. 11 o'clock start, I think, is daft. This is because I was trying to avoid race meetings clashing. But really, I don't know who I think it's done for bookmakers, maybe. It's certainly not done for people go racing. It's not easy at the Catterick at 11 in the morning. So getting back once actually is not so bad. I won't have to walk down over to Coburg because it's really difficult. And any normal time for a Catterick race meeting, you just can't get back out of Catterick Bridge because there's no transport, or it's very difficult certainly. So that's that one. I mean, I got so early. I've actually got a chance to go to Durham for a fellow by a regional Leisham Theatre, doing stuff around the north. It's a fellow. I'm not a fan of Shakespeare, and they give me a chance to do that. Doncaster 25th. We'll find the Tuesday Stakes, and then there's a few around 20th, 21st, 20th, whatever Pontefract, whatever date that is, with Monday then. Possibly Weatherby. Sandown, Friday with Sandown. Saturday was a quick meeting. I've only done the race once. I've done race in the past now. My normal rule is I've done a race once. I've always done it, unless it's a possibility of some regional stuff near to Newcastle. But there's some new races come in, and there's a listed race I haven't been to yet. Last year went on a Friday, the 3 mile Paddy Pound over Chase. I don't think it's an official name as such yet. I went there last year. I didn't decide to staying overnight, so going to that meeting there. Might be fighting fifth, normally do, but I've possibly got other plans yet. I'm not sure yet. I mean, my mother wants to do something on us actually on the 30th. If she does, I might start fighting fifth. I think before the Constitution, I was just going to be in his own, taking a group of relative donkeys. Assuming he's fit, then I might just give it a miss, frankly, because I've seen it a few times now, you know. And it's just coming like it's Irish and Constitution Hill and hurdling at the minute, and there's just not enough competition outside that. But too many horses anywhere in Ireland, frankly, and there's arguments about what the answer to that is. British trains need to be better. It might well be it, simply. Are we offering people enough? Racing maybe is not competitive for here. Just arguments there, certainly. So that is it. Got stuff taken from my life. I got this talk. I went to an interesting talk. Little Phil on, was it William Turner? Not the artist. Someone else talked to someone else I had this afternoon. Not the artist who took up. It's JW Turner, I can't remember. Interesting wealthy local figure who predicts the railways, and the guy was rather sceptical about the 1825 with 200 anniversary next year of the Stockton Darlington Railway. And he's saying, railway really wasn't Stockton and Darlington. It was Stockton to somewhere and a branch line to Darlington. It wasn't even technically between the two places. Well, it's a mid-anniversary road next year, 200 years of that. Doesn't feel where talk was taking place on mid-anniversary, I think next year. I know it's coming up. So I know a lot of stuff I think to aware with that. And yeah, I mean, it was interesting, so I'll probably be doing that. But also York, 7 races. Don't have time for a pint though, because I'm saying go to live Italian theatre afterwards, or an event of seeing a comedian, so I don't have a chance. Saw a very good comedian and I sport out yesterday. So that is about my life. It seems to be a comedy, so I would say. Probably the end of the pre-parade ring at York, right at the far end of the racecourse here. There's a tiny thing, training room back in use, with a large sort of perspex sign above it saying training room, and there's a hand printed one saying it's back in use. Don't know what's going on there. Yeah, first time ever I've actually missed a train, not because of my mistake. Once I said a number of years ago, a corporate meeting, I phone completely malfunctioned and the alarm didn't go off. Here, I'm not admit I left a minute too late and I should have done. But it's Metro and town area. As I said now, just over last year, it's the most unreliable it's ever been. And I've got this since it started on and off in that 80, when I was 8 years old, in that 80, I wouldn't remember totally how reliable it was. But it was never been this bad. I'm supposed to get new Metro trains in on a one-for-one basis, as in I take one in, I take an older one out. But this is supposed to be this year, and now it's middle of October. I don't have much faith that actually there's water stuff landed on me if you're waiting quite badly. Only the first time ever, well, first in a long time, I'm actually not going across a sort of a field, the road, as you know, the racecourse from the station, so they sort of cut across, but the weather's been so bad I thought it'd be quite muddy. So I straightened my tie up a bit, maybe, I don't know. Dear me, can't do anything. Yeah, and then there has brand new train ticket. I didn't have quite with any old ticket person at the central station Newcastle because I missed the train. There's just nowhere because the train broken down, and one of the issues with I'm happy about Nexus, who understand the metro system, isn't the trains necessarily. That's a wider issue. I think some of it's standing with councils, mainly the government, I feel, and certainly the previous government. But some of this is the issue. As well, and I don't think there's a lot of problems with it, not just counting on the lack of trains. And I had a word with any member staff, just hoping, maybe I could get me on a train, because it's a nice ticket, and asked could they help me out. And I found they were polite, saying, well, you can ask the train manager on the next train, but I felt that's not going to help me. It's going to be unlikely, I think. I was just really hoping they'd say yes. And there's not made much I could do in that situation. It's not NER's issue, frankly, at all. And they said actually they'd had to get a taxi to work because on the metro it broke down. So it broke down somewhere in town. And that was, and they wanted to have sympathy, and it was friendly enough. And in the end I bought a 24.50 off-peak return transparent line because the next train going out. So I bought that. But it is very, very annoying. I hear 7-race car, just seen a major 6 furlong heritage handicap. Question fun I had plus 1-2 others. Not much on, never really do have much on. I know enough. I think people with a lot of money on horse racing know a lot in betting or know little, and I'm in the middle really. And so I'm here. I'm saying I've got a comedy gig at Tyne Theatre after racing. Hopefully, the train there will actually be running. I think it's an NAR train. But I'm annoyed about this. I say I'm a minute too late. But probably when Nexus and the Met are going to find is I'm more likely to walk in. I have a train tomorrow morning. I have an early coach tomorrow morning. Not train, coach. A coach going back to Newcastle. I train at 8 o'clock on a Sunday, and there's less metros anyway. I may as well walk in now, as I have to get a quite early start off with, and it's mainly downhill from where I live in West Jesmond to Settle Station. There's a little bit uphill in the area, Tor, going up to Robertson Library from Jesmond. But it's mainly downhill. It's more uphill the other way, going back. So I might just walk in, but that means next if I'm getting £1.90 it would be via someone pumping down. Just trying to get out of people's way. Don't want to look like an idiot doing this. But it just means that I might not. Well, of course, I won't get better tomorrow. I'll walk in and it costs them money, and they're going to lose. And in this sort of situation, they're going to lose customers. Some of us do come in. And really a lack of people getting them. That's something here. I can hear music over here. I'm at the far end of the people are doing. I'm not. It's quite loud. Now I'm not the issue here. It's horses in between me and the music, so they can hear it. And at some point, somewhere, they're going to make a decision here. I mean, mind a scandal. It was a scandal actually over fireworks 2 years ago. Was it? I think whatever derby it was. It must be 2020. It has to be 2022, I think. And was ridiculous as that fireworks off. It distracted horses all over the start of the derby and apparently for piggy waiting for the next race. And some of us some judgment here because I'm not sure how put these horses are going to be by music.